Let's see how long I can sit perfectly still. That's enough. All right, welcome in. It is July the 1st. I don't know why I say July, but it's July. I mean, we say June. Why do we say July? July, like a Southern gentleman. Ooh, it's a wicked heated July 1st. You know, old Colonel Sanders. I don't know. I'm from New Jersey originally. What the hell do I know? Anyway, we're going to get some writing in. I got some writing in this morning. I'm being interviewed at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a podcast. And I figured, you know what? Let me get some more writing in. Because after I'm done with that interview, I got to clean the house up a little bit. My wife is coming home tonight from her trip to Boston. At about 8 o'clock, I got to go pick her up. So I figured I might as well get the house straightened up, do the dishes and stuff like that. That being said, after I get this interview done, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted already. I don't sleep well when my wife's not home. All right. Coffee time. I'm not going to be on for long. Again, I just want to get like a page or two done. I just want to feel like I've accomplished something this morning or this afternoon, whatever time it is. I don't even know. And then maybe I'll have time to read a little bit more of this new S.A. Cosby book. What are all these little things on the bottom here? You know, kind of neat. It was like my third time in YouTube Live running it. My arm really hurts. These massive arms. 'Cause I'm so fat. And the fat is pushing against the other fat. Not good. Not good at all. I had fish sticks for lunch today. 12 fish sticks in the air fryer. 5 minutes at 325 degrees. Crispy. Chef kiss. Delicious. I am such a good cook. If I had bread, if I had a loaf of bread, I would have made fish stick sandwiches. I did not have any bread, and I wasn't leaving the house. It's 90 something degrees out here. Let me see if she's going to. Okay. If I can get to like 1 p.m., I think I'll be happy. Give me an hour to mentally prepare for this interview. run up a bit more. Be done with it. Okay. Okay. I need to figure out what I'm gonna have for dinner. My wife won't be back till I think her plane lands at 8. I'm going to imagine she will not have eaten, but I don't want to chance it. I don't want to eat it at like 9 o'clock because she's got to get back. Then she's got to go pick up the dog at her mother's. Just a lot. So I'm just gonna have to eat something here. I don't know what. More fish sticks, perhaps. Loaf of bread. I need that. I keep a running list of things that I need. Food stuff. So uncomfortable with that. So UPS just drove by very slowly, which leads me to believe that he snuck up on me like he always does. Dropped off packages. I'll get him after I'm done. But still, this guy is good. He'll park where past our cars in the driveway, and then he'll walk up the driveway, around through the cars, and then up the walk. Even though I'm sitting right here, sometimes I miss it. At FedEx, they park right in front of the house. So I just hit. Yesterday I wrote exactly 500 words on this short story. Today I just wrote exactly 500 words on this short story. So let's see if anybody's written on this one. No. Let's go over to this one. Let's set it up again. I keep forgetting you can't see what I'm writing. I'm always like, oh, let me get over here and set this up before you see any of the behind the scenes magic. There's no magic. Yeah, I don't want to write on that. Let's write on this one. I have 5 stories currently pulled up to work on. I worked on 2 of them so far. Let me set up another page here. Chapter 46. All right. Somebody did pop in. Guess looking at me was boring. I get it. I would think so too. I would think so too. Arm hurts. It hurts, but it's not hurtful. See the difference? It hurts. I gotta check my emails. Hoping this guy sends me a freaking message. I don't know who that is. Oh my god, stop with the I don't need a freaking book trailer. Fucking people. Uh-oh. Damn it. At least that was quick. Just got a rejection. I feel rejected. Why'd I even look? Now I'm all bummed out and stuff. There's a bummer. Bummer. I'm gonna go to 105. It's about 15 more minutes. I'm gonna go 15 more minutes, get some writing in. Probably not a lot. So that I can what do you call it? Yeah. So I can what? I don't know what. Oh, so I can see if anybody's going to jump in at 1 o'clock or between 1 o'clock and 1:05, which is when I normally do my Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm trying to find some different times to go YouTube live, and I would have waited till 1 o'clock, but I got this interview at 2, so I didn't want to chance it. I didn't want to go like right to the last minute. I haven't turned this fan on too. Sorry about the noise, but it's fucking hot. It says 86 degrees, but I'm sure it says 86. Feels like 1,008. Let me look. I forgot I can actually look at that now. '87 feels like 95. Then just say 95. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? What does that even mean? You know what I mean? It's nothing. I heard we were going to get a what do you call it? Storm or something. There we go. All right. I'm going to read this. Did I just happen to launch YouTube the moment you went live? No, I've been live for 24, almost 25 minutes. Thanks for popping in, my friend. I literally said if nobody is in by 1:05, I'm shutting this down. Because I had to go in early because I got an interview, hopefully at 2. Guy hasn't sent me a link or anything. Oh, no notification. Come on. That's annoying. Although, you know what? I didn't get one either because I'm obviously following myself. And I always get them too. And I just realized I just checked my emails and I didn't get one either. So what the hell's going on? Basically, this is if somebody just kind of wanders in. And they're like, wait, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just sitting here writing. Just writing. I had fish sticks for lunch. What did you have for lunch? Frank, what did you have for lunch today? Or have you not eaten lunch yet? Does the guy have big bulging eyes that makes him look both surprised and dumbfounded simultaneously? Yes, I love that guy. Wawa Cobb salad. Interesting. You're a big fan of that Wawa close to your work. I have not had Wawa in several years. I wanted to say since I've been in Florida, but that's not true because I remember in early March of 2019, Shelly and I took a bus trip with all of the season ticket holders for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, and we went down to spring training to see a game. And on the ride south, the bus stopped at a Wawa, and we ordered sandwiches and we ate. It's there. It's easy. I go. You know, I don't blame you. And so we had some Wawa. Wawa. I don't know if that's really the song. And then, but that was the first time I had it since I had lived in New Jersey, and I moved here in 2001. So it had been a long time. But now we have about, I don't know, 500 different Wawas in Jacksonville, feels like. And I have not gone. There's one right on the corner, like 2 blocks away from my wife's office. I'm always like, we should do that. There are now more Wawas in Florida than any other state. I believe it. There's a lot of them. They clean up because the sandwich, you can't get a good sandwich like that down here. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go to Wawa tomorrow. I'm not even sure where there is one close to me here, though. I mean, that would be an interesting question, I guess, if you were interested in stuff. I did like the Larry's Giant subs over here. It was all right. I mean, they made a really good meatball sub and a really good tuna sub. But now they're closed. I'm not sure if they're closed permanently, but it looked like they gutted the place. And they were like, some stupid sign that really didn't say whether they were ever coming back or not. It's just not good. We have Firehouse subs, not really as good. I don't know. There's something about them I just don't like. Do you have to go to things you grab at Wawa? Do you have to go to things you grab at Wawa? Usually, if you're saying, like, do I go to Wawa to pick stuff up on my way somewhere else? No. I never stop anywhere except for Dunkin'. Again, I don't know where I don't know if there's a Wawa. There might be a Wawa on this. I keep saying Wawa. Wawa, Wawa, Wawa. There might be one on this side of town, but I'm not sure where it would be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really I was never that. Do you have must grab items? I don't even remember what's at Wawa. It's been so long, to be honest with you. I don't even remember. See, where I grew up in Belford, we had the 7-Eleven. So me and George would get into his Camaro or his Fiero, Guy Fieri. We drive up to his father had his garage right next door to the 7-Eleven. So we would park at his dad's garage and walk over to 7-Eleven. And there was always, I would always grab an iced tea with lemon. But that was about all I remember. Maybe a bag of chips or something. I really had no go-to. Like there's no like I got to go to a gas station to get this or that. There's never any of that. It's just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna get a pack of snowballs. You dig the sizzle breakfast sandwiches. I do like a good breakfast sandwich. I don't eat breakfast, but when I do, you know what? I might try that. Ian Henderson books. First time catching you live. Hello, sir. I've never heard of Wawa. I'm Canadian. So I'm already lost. Hey, happy Canada Day to you, my friend. Happy Canada Day. Also, today is Bobby Bonilla Day. Two big holidays in this world. Canada Day, Bobby Bonilla Day. You don't get any better than that. Cheers. Thanks. Coincidence? No, Frank, it's not a coincidence. That's real stuff right there. I wonder how many more years Bobby Bonilla has. I'm going to look that up. Bobby Bonilla Day. It's crazy that Bobby Bonilla Day. Today is Bobby Bonilla Day, meaning the New York Mets are making a $1.19 million payment to the former baseball star. This payment is part of a deferred contract agreed upon in 2000, where the Mets would pay Bonilla a sum annually until 2035. Bonilla last paid for the Mets in 1999 and hasn't played in the major league since 2001, yet he continues to receive these payments due to the unique contract. That's insane. Oh, the people mowing the grass are here. The best part of this, I don't know if you know this part left. 10 years left on this. The best part yet, the Mets agreed to defer a $5.9 million buyout of his contract, paying him $1.19 million annually with 8% interest until 2035. Okay? And why the deferment? It says, at the time, Mets owner Fred Wilpon believed he could generate more money by investing the buyout amount, especially with the promise of high returns from Bernie Madoff's investment scheme. So they got rooked on both ends of that. I was never a big Bobby Bonilla fan. But you know what? Good for him. 10 more years he's got. Imagine you left your job 25 years ago and they're like, hey, we're going to, listen, you were leaving, we're going to give you, like today, Frank, they're like, hey, listen, retire, and for the next 35 years, we're going to pay you $1.19 million a year. Imagine how much stuff your wife could buy with that. He was worth everybody. He was worth none of those pennies. Can't understand for the life of me why the Mets can't buy a championship. I know, because they're buying stupid things. They're buying things that don't make sense. Okay, they're they should have taken that money and they should have bought some good, better players with it. I just like that the Mets are doing good again this year because it's just all going to fall apart at some time, and that's always my favorite part. I mean, the Yankees losing is my favorite part. All right, cutting some grass. It's very windy out, so now there's all grass clippings blowing everywhere. The Bobby Nick come up as he was a pirate. Him and Barry Bonds both came up through the pirate system. Back in the day, back in the mid '80s. There's a team that's due when they get better ownership. Who goes like, oh, doesn't go well. We could spend this $5 million on a decent free agent reliever or pitcher, but we're going to give it to McCutcheon another year. Every year, we're just going to give him $5 million to basically do nothing and not even fill seats in the stadium anymore because we like him. We have loyalty to this player. Like he would probably take league minimum at this point. He knows he's a bench player, and they haven't really drafted too many, except for the Skeens kid. That guy is great pitcher, but you're winning every 5 games. You know what I'm saying? I just want Aaron Judge with his horse face to get hurt again like he does every other season. And Stanton's due. He's been back, what, a week? Stanton's due to get hurt again, too. There you go. There's my take on the baseball stuff. Got some writing in today, though. Got some writing in, and I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to be just totally distracted by these people mowing. If I own the Pirates, I'd draft all the. You know what? And you'd probably win more games. You would literally win more games that way. Just right outside my window, like it's nothing. Like I'm not sitting here busy. Do you see a YouTube live? Hey, Surfer Boy. Surfer Boy with the weed whacker. I gotta watch that Savannah Bananas thing. I haven't watched that yet. I did watch the all the other things though. I did watch the train wreck episodes. I think a new one tonight. Yeah, first new one tonight. I would have done this later, but I have that interview at 2:00. But I'm thinking like next week I'll do what do you call it? I'll probably go a little bit later, maybe like my normal 1:00 when I do on Twitch. Ian Henderson, I don't know anything about sports, so I'll do Real with Reading Talk. That's fine. Do you send all your books off to a development, then copy, then proofread, or do you have another path? I write a book, and I write a pretty clean first draft after doing this for over 30 years. And so my first line of defense is beta readers, usually 4 or 5 beta readers for a book. My wife is the first read on all those, and she redlines the shit out of it. And she's really good with my continuity errors. And so we'll do all that, boom, knock through. And then I give it to 4 other beta readers, sometimes 5. And then they beat it up further. And then I correct all those. I wait till all the beta is back. And then I basically have my wife print out the copies, and then I have them on my desk, and I go page by page by page, and until it's clean. And I'm also editing it myself as I'm going along, because sometimes even with 5 people on it, you miss some typos or something. And I try not to just sit down and read it, because I need that step back so I can see not what my mind thinks is on the page, but the errors that are on the page. And sometimes it works. Then I hand it off to my editor. It depends. If I'm working with a small press, it's one of their editors. Some of them are great. Some of them are not great. Some of them want to change every comma to a semicolon for some reason, or they want to not capitalize things when it's clearly capitalized. And then, or my own editor will run through it, and then I get it back, and then we're done. But the whole path of it is pretty damn quick, because again, I'm releasing a dozen books a year. I'm releasing like a book a month on average here, just knocking shit out. So I started on season 4 of Skinwalker Ranch. Actually, I think we're in season 5 now, so you're not too far behind. Now you'll see just a lot of Skinwalker Ranch episodes where they shoot rockets. A lot of rocket shooting. Frank says, I have a guy that calls me 29 times a day until I give him $16,000 to edit, publish, and market the book. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I get a woman who swears her name is Janet or Brenda or Susan with a thick Filipino accent. I'll get her call once or twice a week at least. Yeah, I don't want your help. He says, all I have to do is keep paying him the fee every month until I become rich and famous. Let me know how that works out. Maybe I'll do that too. Who the hell is this? Get away from my freaking lawn, people. It's the annoying lady from down the street. She probably so this, I'm going to tell you this story real quick. This woman has like 2 kids. She's foreign. I don't know where she's, like Japanese or something. I don't know where she is. She's not the jogger. She got like 2 kids and a giant German Shepherd, and her husband is in the military, probably Navy, since we're in Jacksonville. Anyway, she does everything. Even when the guy's home, she's out mowing the lawn and doing all this stuff. And so she's talking. I'm sure she's like, how much do you pay so I don't have to go in 100-degree heat and mow my own friggin' lawn because my husband is a piece of crap? The guy doesn't wave at you. During Halloween, she comes around with the kids and gets candy, and he won't say anything. He just stands in the middle of the street annoyed, like, I can't believe we're doing this. I got other things to do. I got to get the kids and the wife in the house so I can beat them. Who knows? So anyway, they're talking, so maybe she'll get somebody to mow their lawn. All right, where we finish off here. I'm not a fan of the semicolon. I'm more of a whole colon guy. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? You're going to give me a semicolonoscopy? I don't think so. Very impressive output, Ian. Thank you. Thank you, sir. It is called Fear of Going Back into Retail Management. My wife was watching something on her phone yesterday, and it was about, she's at this big convention, and that's what it is. She's at this big convention in Boston. She's there all weekend, and she's there till tonight. I pick her up at the airport. And one of the talks was about, more or less, the lady said, more or less, for this new generation of workers, they need a daily pat on the back. They need to know that they're doing a good job. And she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So they all basically want to be coddled at work, so they feel important, and they're no longer, this generation is no longer going to work for the money. They're going to work for the friendship. They're going to work, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're going for a fucking paycheck. Why would you? So you don't pay them? Like, pay them nothing. Does that make sense? So that's what and I said to her, listen, I swear to God, no matter what happens in our life, I can't go back. I've been out for 13, 14 years. I can't go back to retail. I can't do it. I would be fired so quickly, you know. Like people are always like, oh, people just stop coming to work. I'm like, what? What's wrong with people? They get a couple of paychecks and they're done. I'm like, what's wrong with people? Oh, excuse me. Travis wants to put on a drone show over the drone. I mean, the drone shows are spectacular. They do it several times. It's a very cool drone show. But there's always problems. There's always going to be problems. Window look is right. Yeah, there's people out here, even though you didn't pay any points for it. Yeah. So the one guy just walked down the street with this chick. Maybe he's banging her because the husband ain't home. Who knows? But then I guess she's going to try to hire him to do their lawn too, which is fine. But then I know her wife is her husband's going to say no, I don't think so, honey. You still got two good legs. You get out there and do it. So normally they would be done by now, but now the other guy had to pick up the weed whacker and finish the job. And I guess he's going to get the blower out. There's only two of them today. Usually there's three. It's not the same crew that we used to have. I used to have with this cute little, I don't know what she was, Puerto Rican or Chilean, whatever. She would get on the riding mower, stand up riding mower, and with like yoga pants on, all sweaty and stuff. That was nice to look at. But now it's like two or three surfer looking dudes. Ian, you should see the way people look at him when he tells them about his over 200 releases. Frank's referring to this guy. I was on a local show, and when I said, "Oh, I did 200 releases," the guy went, and his eyes went like super big. And Frank took a shot of it, and we post it all the time. I don't know. I don't know if you can post anything in here though in the live chat though. Ian says, "I bet I managed to write 5 last year, but publishing feels a ways off." You know what though? If you finish 5, that's something right there. Most authors, what do they say? 95% of writers uh, uh, finish less than 5 books in their career that get published, and that's including self-publishing. So, what are you scared of? I'm scared of going back to retail. I'm scared of being fired within a couple of weeks. I feel like I'm going to go back in, and then I'm going to come home one day, and Shud's going to be like, "What are you do? What are you doing here? Aren't you working 6 days a week, 90 hours a week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got fired because some girl that she didn't want to clean the makeup aisle or some shit." I'm like, "What are you, stunad? Go clean the damn aisle up." Well, I don't think that's in my my job description. I'm like, it literally is your job description. I'm scared of paying editors more money than I'll ever make on the book. That's what I'm scared of. Yeah, that's scary. I'm starting now to do well with audiobooks. Not great, all right, like not great, but I'm starting to do well enough. I think that um, I have a bunch of audiobooks, books that I've not done for audiobooks, and I'm not going to do AI bullshit. I'm going to pay my narrator, Jack DeGolia, but it's like $900 to $1,000 a book, and I know I'll eventually make the money back, but it's just outlaying the money ahead of time. That's what's bothering me. Yeah, there are 3 of them, and so that's my problem with it. Is do I want to put the money in? But with this new Audible, uh, kind of like the KU kind of way they're doing this, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll make some money doing it this way. God, stop with the spam. I wish I had a response email automatically anytime I see if the email says book trailer, it automatically just no. I need to save a bit more money for the editors. They've all gone through depths. Yeah, you definitely need an editor, and you gotta pay for them. But you the goal is to make that money back. I've probably, if I add up more of my books than not, I've broken even or made money. Some of them I made a lot of money. Some of them I made. Remember when we did that audiobook thing 2-3 years ago, Frank? Man, I was making like $5,000-6,000 a month on more than I normally did on audiobooks. And then I took that money and I paid for, like, I don't know, 12 different audiobooks or something over a couple of years. And so pretty much then all the money I make from those should go into other audiobooks. But instead I was doing like Amazon ads and stuff with that money. Then I stopped doing all that. I'm like, I can't do that. Oh yeah, you missed that boat. Yeah, you didn't have any audiobooks. Neither did Jay. Jay did not have any audiobooks either. I think Tim did well with it. I did well. Chuck did well with it. A couple other people. So, did you see my audiobooks were released after they closed the? Yeah, that's the problem. Like anything I released after that was great, but I wasn't making that money. But I have like 50 something books right now in this all you can listen audiobook thing, and so I'm hoping I can get a crap ton. I got over 100 listens in June in that program that had just started. I was one of the beta for May and June. So, but I haven't seen the money yet, so I don't know what they're paying us. It might just be like, oh yeah, so here's 50 cents on a book or something. I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm hoping it does well. That's kind of my thing, to start promoting the audiobooks enough to pay for more audiobooks. And there's this dome-shaped anomaly about a mile above Catcoin. Yeah, I know it. Wait till you find out the further part of that in this 5th season. Wait till you find out that. You know what I watched last night? I watched the first 4 episodes of that Tom Segura thing on Prime or Netflix, one of those. There was a couple of funny parts, but not a lot. To be honest with you, not a lot. And I like him. I like his comedy specials. He's got some funny stuff. I'm not a big fan. I'll tell you who I'm not a big fan of. Bert Kreischer, annoying enough of that guy. And his wife, Tom Segura's wife, I don't find her all that funny. I find her snooty and demeaning. Anyway, there's my hot take on that. Who's this lady walking around on her phone? What the fuck are you doing, lady? Do not come up to my house. Keep walking. She's coming up to my house. What the fuck are you trying to sell? I guess who's not opening the door? I wrote 88 pages into this one book before I hit a baby fight. Did you see? I won't mention names. Somebody's post were like, "Oh, I've sold 50 more books so far this year than I did all of last year." And I'm like, what does that mean, though? Without giving numbers, what does that mean? Maybe you sold 25 books last year. Now you sold 75. You want a pat on the back? Lady, I am not opening this door. I don't know what you're trying to sell me. I'm sure it's something stupid. No, thank you. Go away. I got to talk a little lower now. So she goes away. She probably heard me. Maybe she'll think it was the cats talking. We need the ring. We actually have the ring thing. We just haven't put it in. I need that, so I can just sit here and stare at her. Frank says, Bert is okay. He's just beating the fat, shirtless guy routine into the ground. Yeah, ring and knock. Yeah, you hear that? That is obnoxious. Because she got excited because she sees 2 cars in the driveway. Oh, good, now she's walking away. She's walking way, way too slow. What are you trying to sell? What the hell are you trying to sell? Now she's going to cross to Neil. Neil always opens the door. And that guy loves talking to people. Loves it. Yeah, the Bert Kreischer is, hey, so I'm going to give you this thing that never, I'm going to talk about this thing that never happened. And then this is what my wife said. This is what Leanne said. This is what my daughter said. And they never really said it. But then I'm just going to laugh about it for 5 minutes and my boobs are going to jiggle. That's basically Bert Kreischer. Get up, run to the door, open, and then close her. Yeah. She's wearing a red shirt with black shorts and a black hat. I believe the shirt and the hat have a logo on it. And she's got like one of those little, it looks like she's in Star Trek. She's got one of the little side electronic things she's carrying around with her. I should go open the door, go, hello? And then just close the door. And then she'll come back across the street. Oh, Neil did not answer. Maybe Neil's not home. Because Neil would definitely answer. She's walking, but she keeps looking over at my house still. I'm like, do not come back. Do not come back. This is your life choices. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're doing with your life. You're going door to door trying to sell shit. I got the fucking internet to buy stuff, lady. She's selling solar panels for sure. She might be, although she just went to across the pool table guy's house and they actually have solar panels already. So, what a laugh that's going to be when they're like, look at the roof. Oh, you got solar panels? What do you think we got? Sons of bitches. She's selling COX. Tricorder. Possible machine would be cool to see. Yeah. I don't know I don't know what the hell it is. Why are you wandering around? You remember back in the day? Remember when we were kids, Frank? Ian, I don't know how old you are. We're old. Me and Frank are like 50s-ish. Back in the day when somebody knocked at the door, it was like a celebration. The whole family rushed to the door to see who it was. Is it the mailman? Is it the milkman? Is it the neighbor from across the street wanting to borrow a cup of sugar? Is it your friend Tommy down the street? And he just bought the new issue of Iron Man. Now we're afraid to answer the door. I always tell people, we have people over, I'm just like, yeah, listen, the door's unlocked. Just come in. Don't knock on the door because I'm not going to answer. You'll just stay outside forever. My daughter always knocks on the door. I'm like, stop knocking on the door. The dog starts barking. It's annoying. Stop. I'm 48. Oh, yeah, you're really old too. Okay, good. What 3 things does a tricorder cord? That's a great thing. Ian knows. Geological, chemical, and I don't know, McLaureans. Yeah. It takes the chlorine sample from the pool. Tells you how, if sometimes you need to add chlorine to a pool. You don't know, especially in this sunlight. I would imagine it burns off pretty quick. There you go. I'm gonna go for another couple minutes. You know what? I'm gonna hit an hour. I'm at 58 minutes right now. You get 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the clock. I ain't writing anymore. Maybe later. I say that, but probably not. I still got to edit a book that's coming out on the 15th, so it gives me exactly 2 weeks to do that. Once when I was a wee lad, Frank saying this, My parents bought a new stove. One morning, my mother stayed home from work, and I asked why. She said the guy was coming to hook up the new stove. When the bell rang, I yelled out, "Mom, the cooker is at the door," or hooker. Nice. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say your parents never beat you, Frank, and they should have beat you a lot. That's just my guess. Just a guess. Wow. That's my Burt Kreischer imitation. Yeah. I don't know. I try to like him. I like him in little clips when he's with other people. Like in that Tom Segura thing. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I'm gonna guess Burt Kreischer's in it somewhere. Because I'm seeing other people. Bobby Lee is in it. I love Bobby Lee. Love Bobby Lee. His part of it, his little scene, I thought was funny. I thought that part was good. The opening one where he's like shits his pants. I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do potty humor for 6 episodes. It's the you know what it is. Let me look it up real quick. Thomas Weston Segura. Where's the fucking shows? Movies and shows. Bad Thoughts, it's called. Bad Thoughts. See, dark comedy. There's a season of it. It's on Netflix. Stories by Tom Segura that challenge social norms with dark humor. I don't know. A couple things were funny. Most of it was they're like half-hour shows. The Machine. No, I would never watch that garbage. Ian says, I lived in the country. No one ever came to the door. We didn't even have a knock or doorbell. It was very peaceful, unlike where I live. Yeah, that must have been really nice. I'm in a development with 200 houses, and even though at the front of the development it says no solicitation, people don't care. I can't tell you how many times a week, 3-4 times a week, no lie, I'll get people who come to the door, pull up in their pickup trucks because one of the shingles on the house is a different color. And they're like, oh, you're missing shingles. No, we're not. Yeah, I can see it from here. Like, no, we're not. And you know what? Get off my lawn. Always with that. Some lady showed up one time because there was a crack in the tiny little crack in the window of the Dodge Charger. She's like, we can fix that. I can start the paperwork for it. I'm like, no, I'm good. She's like, you're good with a crack in the windshield? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with that. She's like, but that's just going to spread. I was like, yeah, and eventually the whole thing will just shatter, and then I'll get a new windshield. Until then, it's fine. I'm good. I can still see. Get off my lawn. They always do the, hey, I'm Bob with Bob's Roofing Company. We're working around the corner at Jen and John's, and we're doing a new roof for them. I figured while we were in the area, we could just, I'm like, I don't know a Jen or a John. Well, no, they live just right around the corner there. No, I know everybody in this neighborhood, and I don't know a Jen or a John that lives here. You're mistaken. No. I'm like, no, didn't happen. Frank says, Tom Segura, I find hit or miss on his stand-up. Yeah, he's got some funny lines. Like, I watch him, I'm like, oh, that was funny. But then otherwise, you know what I watched? I watched on Netflix yesterday, I watched the Shane Gillis one. And I didn't realize that I liked him. He's funny. I keep seeing him on podcasts and stuff, saying some funny stuff. I was like, all right, let me watch this thing. And I was like, this is pretty funny. Jen and John the Swingers, nice. Yeah. But there's no Jen and he might be telling me the truth. But they always come up with names. Yeah, I know. I was gonna watch Tires, but then I watched the Tom Segura thing. And then Shelly started watching Tires, and she said it was funny. So I might watch Tires. That might be my thing this weekend when she goes to see her mom. Maybe I'll watch that. I find him amusing. He's got some funny stuff. Tires will be better. That's a bold statement. It's a bold statement, Cotton. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Ian, Frank, thanks for hanging out with me. It was cool. It was better than writing. As always, please follow me on the YouTube, subscribe, and I will be more than likely back on Thursday. Thursday? Hear how my voice went up? Thursday, but probably later, or probably at 1 o'clock. Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Yeah. I'll be on Twitch tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, and then they drop onto YouTube later on in the afternoon. Otherwise, I'm going to try to do Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time or thereabouts, as much as possible. This is worth more than Bobby. No, but nothing's worth more than Bobby Bonilla. Thanks, it was fun. Ian, happy Canada Day. Frank, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. And hopefully I will see everybody again.